With the aid of the scientific method, we have gained an encompassing view of the physical world far beyond the dreams of earlier generations. The great adventure is now beginning to turn inward toward ourselves. In the last several decades, the natural sciences have expanded to reach the borders of the social sciences and humanities. There, the principle of consilient explanation guiding the advance must undergo its severest test. The physical sciences have been relatively easy. The social sciences and humanities will be the ultimate challenge. This uncertain conjunction of the disciplines has mythic elements that would have pleased the ancient Greeks: treacherous road, heroic journey, secret instructions that lead us home. The elements have been assembled into many narratives over the centuries. Among them is the story of the Cretan labyrinth, which can also serve as a metaphor of consilience. Into the heart of the Cretan labyrinth walks Theseus, Heracles-like champion of Athens. Through each corridor, past uncounted twists and turns, he unravels a ball of thread given him by Ariadne, love-struck daughter of Crete's King Minos. Somewhere in the hidden passages, he meets the Minotaur, the cannibal, half-man, half-bull, to whom 7 youths and maidens are sacrificed each year as Athens' tribute to Crete. Theseus kills the Minotaur with his bare hands. Then, following Ariadne's thread, he retraces his steps through and out of the labyrinth. The labyrinth, its likely origin, a prehistoric conflict between Crete and Attica, is a fitting mythic image of the uncharted material world in which humanity was born and which it forever struggles to understand. Consilience among the branches of learning is the Ariadne's thread needed to traverse it. Theseus is humanity, the Minotaur our own dangerous irrationality. Near the entrance of the labyrinth of empirical knowledge is physics, comprising one gallery, then a few branching galleries that all searchers undertaking the journey must follow. In the deep interior is a nebula of pathways through the social sciences, humanities, art, and religion. If the thread of connecting causal explanations has been well laid, it is nonetheless possible to follow any pathway quickly in reverse back through the behavioral sciences to biology, chemistry, and finally physics. With time, we discover that the labyrinth has a troubling peculiarity that makes its complete mastery impossible. While there is an entrance, more or less, there is no center, only an immense number of endpoints deep within the maze. In tracking the thread backward, from effect to cause, assuming we have enough knowledge to do so, we can begin with only one endpoint. The labyrinth of the real world is thus a Borgesian maze of almost infinite possibility. We can never map it all, never discover and explain everything, but we can hope to travel through the known parts swiftly, from the specific back to the general, and in resonance with the human spirit, we can go on tracing pathways forever. We can connect threads into broadening webs of explanation because we have been given the torch and the ball of thread. There is another defining character of consilience. It is far easier to go backward through the branching corridors than to go forward. After segments of explanation have been laid, one at a time, one level of organization to the next, to many endpoints, say geological formations or species of butterflies, we can choose any thread and reasonably expect to follow it through the branching points of causation all the way back to the laws of physics. But the opposite journey, from physics to endpoints, is extremely problematic. As the distance away from physics increases, The options allowed by the antecedent disciplines increase exponentially. Each branching point of causal explanation multiplies the forward-bound threads. Biology is almost unimaginably more complex than physics, and the arts equivalently more complex than biology. To stay on course all the way seems impossible. And worse, we cannot know before departure whether the complete journey we have imagined even exists.